Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here this morning. I'm Andrea Mendez-Barrutia, the Director of Community Engagement for the Hispanic Collaborative. For those of you who may be new to the Bank Roadshow series, the purpose of the Bank Roadshow is to support Milwaukee's banking, financial, and frontline entrepreneur support community with in-depth information on the entrepreneurial ecosystem, programs, and services in order to strengthen our community's existing and budding entrepreneurs. Today, I'll be sharing a presentation on mercadoMKE. It's a new marketplace for Latino-owned businesses. We're excited to share this information as we prepare for mercadoMKE's launch next week. Here's our agenda for today. I'll give you a little bit of background on how mercadoMKE came about, talk about the mission and vision, tell you more about the features and benefits to the Latino-owned businesses, the partnerships that we have. I'll introduce you to our team, talk about the onboarding process for business owners, and then give you a little preview of the website, as well as tell you how to participate. So a little bit of background. COVID-19 has been very problematic for our Latino-owned businesses and for businesses in general, and it's accelerated the growth of the digital economy. Milwaukee's Latino-owned businesses have been especially hard hit, and e-commerce adoption is at low levels. So these numbers are from the findings that we found during the community research project at the end of 2020. 60% of our Latino businesses are at 50% of their or less of their pre-pandemic sales. 20% estimate that they can survive only 6 months or less. More than 50% do not have a website, and more than 80% do not have e-commerce capabilities. So COVID-19 has been really tough right now on a lot of these businesses. That's how the idea of mercadoMKE came about. And mercadoMKE's mission is to strengthen and expand Latino-owned businesses by providing an easy on-ramp and adoption to e-commerce. The vision is e-commerce in every Latino-owned business. Tell you a little bit more about mercadoMKE and our platform. It's an opportunity for small businesses to learn the value of e-commerce and gain experience with it in a comfortable, and we really want to build their confidence in using it. It's a completely free platform with free technical assistance. So we'll introduce you to the team members, but really we know that this is a high touch process, and we're there to help every step of the way as these businesses come on board to mercadoMKE. We're targeting restaurants, retail shops, as well as craft makers. And we also are open for service businesses. So really, mercadoMKE is open for all Latino-owned businesses. mercadoMKE includes direct assistance for business owners to manage their shop operations. We also recommend a manageable number of product offerings to sell online. We're not trying to make this a complicated process for business owners. So whatever they can manage is what we would like for them to start selling online. And there are ways for them to upsell. For example, a restaurant can sell an entree or a family meal, and then they can upsell with an additional add-on such as a drink or dessert, things like that. So it's a really great platform for managing the different offerings that the business owners have. It's also supported by a promotional campaign, and we'll have ongoing social media marketing. Our goal is to basically get the word out on our Latino-owned businesses and to encourage those who want to support them to go out and shop our Latino businesses. And I'm going to show you a preview of a video that we've made for mercadoMKE, and we're really excited about how it was done and what it conveys. So the platform includes a mobile-friendly website, and that's going to launch this month, next week actually. And it also includes 2 mobile apps. So it has a customer app for customers to shop from Latino businesses, and then it also includes a merchant app. So basically, business owners will be able to manage their online shop operations from their phone. The partnerships for mercadoMKE include the SBDC at UW Milwaukee, Mexican Fiesta, also known, or Wisconsin Hispanic Scholarship Foundation, and WIBIC. So we are super excited to have these partners. They are also able to provide additional technical assistance and resources to the business owners. And we want to make sure that our business owners are helped in whatever they might need, whether it's taxes, whether it's social media. There are opportunities for them to also learn those skills as well. So here is our mercadoMKE team. I like to call them the dream team. So we have Laura Hernandez. She's our operations lead and account coordinator. She's actually at WIBIC, and she leads online platform operations, processes, and procedures. She provides technical assistance and training to business owners, and she also assists with quality control of mercadoMKE. Azucena, or Susie Garcia, is a marketing associate. She's been with mercadoMKE for 2 weeks now. Seems like a while, but it's only been 2 weeks. And she leads marketing communications. So she also provides direct technical assistance and training for business owners, and she develops and supports business programming and events, and she is with Mexican Fiesta. The onboarding process for business owners is pretty straightforward. It takes a few days, but the first step is just the initial outreach to the business owners to make them aware of mercadoMKE. And we really just want to, share what mercadoMKE is about, and it's all about our Latino-owned businesses and supporting them. The second step is the first onboarding meeting, and that's where basically the start of their shop happens. And so they're able to set up their payment gateway, create their shop landing page, and get things started. The third step is the second onboarding meeting, and that's where they add the products and they can do their first test order. Then the last part of the process is finalizing their shop and making sure that they're ready for live orders. So we'll do a live test order first, and then they'll be ready for the public launch, which is happening any day now. So I'm going to show you a little preview of mercadoMKE.
You want it, you need it, you can have it. At mercadoMKE, you will find what you're looking for, a website where you'll find a great selection of Latino local businesses. Join the folks who already use mercadomke.com as their place to shop, to order online, or to pick up their purchases at the store. In addition, mercadomke.com is a directory of services. This is a great opportunity for you to support local Latino businesses that give vitality to our city. On this website, you will find all kinds of businesses like restaurants, clothing, gifts, beauty products, jewelry, plus services like a seamstress, facials, painting services, tires, and more. Buying and ordering online is an easy and safe way to continue supporting local Latino businesses. Let's see how this website works. Type mercadomke in your search engine. Select the language of your preference. If this is your first time on the page, make sure to create a profile so you can make purchases. Go to a section where it says login and create a profile. Choose the category you're looking for. Click on the business that offers what you need, and voila! Time to order wherever you want. I am going to order several things: a t-shirt from Milwaukee Rag, lotion from Aloqui, a facial is going to be booked for myself as a treat. I'm going to make an appointment with the seamstress, and I will order lunch for the family from Orenda. When ordering online, choose store pickup or home delivery. Make sure to check all the options because every business is different. Finding Latino local businesses in one place has never been easier.
Support Latino businesses.
Support Latino businesses. Support Latino businesses.
Own a Latino local business, or you know someone who owns a Latino business and want to be part of this platform, make sure to contact us because it's a free platform to ensure that more Latino businesses have an online presence.
So that's mercadoMKE. The way to participate is really to contact Laura, and she'll put that in the chat. And I would love to answer any questions that you have.
So I know you sent us a packet. Is that what we just went through right now?
Yes, yes.
And then, so if we wanted to, like at the bank, talk to our Latino customers about participating, like what's the best flyer would you say to hand out to share this information with them?
We will share that with you. We've started creating some marketing pieces. We have one right now for restaurants, and we can do a more general one that can be, you know, for any business.
And then they can, I know it's starting February 21st, it seemed like, but they can add their business at any time. If they don't get organized fast enough right away, that's okay. They just continue to contact Laura to be added then?
Yes. So actually, Laura, why don't you and Susie introduce yourselves? The way the process works is Laura helps, like we basically have a team that does outreach. And so if it's not Laura or if it's not Susie, we have some other team members that we're utilizing right now through the end of March. And so they basically make the phone call and then we set up the meeting with the businesses. You know, if businesses are comfortable meeting online, they can do that, but we've really found that meeting in person helps a lot to show them the platform, to show them, you know, that initial shop setup. And it seems like it's a pretty smooth process. And I think that that's because there's a lot of interest in mercadoMKE. And thankfully we have some really great partnerships. So we have Laura at Wibic, Susie at Mexican Fiesta. And so that really helps a lot as well. Just knowing that, you know, we have the organizational partners that can also support the businesses. And I apologize.
Would you have buck slips or something that we could pass out like in our drive up tubes to customers to also drive them to the website as well?
What did you call that?
We call it a buck slip. It's like a thin flyer that easily fits in like a drive up tube that we could share information.
Definitely. If you have dimensions that you can give me, we can create one.
Okay, sounds good.
So Laura, you want to do a quick intro and then Susie?
Hi everyone, my name is Laura Hernandez. I am the operations lead and the account coordinator for mercadoMKE, and as Andrea perfectly described my role, I help businesses onboard, and then I follow through with training. We give them manuals, and then the other part of my job is also to just do, you know, like the general understanding of how to manage the marketplace, to be able to manage orders when they come in, and you know, assist both the client and the merchants and whatever they need.
Thank you, Laura. Susie?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Susie Garcia, and I am the marketing associate for mercadoMKE. As Andrea said, I came on board 2 weeks ago, but jumped right in. There's a lot of work to do, and it's great meeting new people. So yeah, I help the businesses come on board as well with marketing efforts, and I work with Mexican Fiesta to bring about different sessions for business owners in whatever topic that they might need help, something to help them grow their business and give them new tools.
Thank you, Susie. So we will follow up with, here's Cheryl. We will definitely follow up with more information, but, you know, like I said, would love to answer any questions right now. Nathan.
Yeah, first of all, this is a terrific program. Again, I'm very excited about it. So kudos for all your, it's a lot of work too. Two questions. One is, how are you, or like what part of the process are you connecting them with other resources in the community, whether it's business mentorship or other support programs? Let me start with that one.
So we are working out the process, I think, with like Wibic and Mexican Fiesta first in terms of how do we support them with their immediate resources. But we definitely want to make whatever referrals we can in whatever needs they have. You know, one of the first things that we're finding, for example, is that there are businesses that are side businesses and they're not formalized, and the business owners are very interested in joining mercadoMKE. And so that's one of the first things that we want to help with, is helping them get their LLC, helping them basically get what they need to start selling online. And so that's great that they want to do that and want to move forward, and we want to help them with that. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that does. Cool. My other one, more targeted. Do you have yard signs? I'd love to put a sign up in my yard, and it'd be a good way to hit neighborhoods where a lot of people might not know about it, but if they drive by, it could be a good way to hit certain neighborhoods.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm like, yes, yard signs. I'll follow up with you on that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
To share that with you. Thanks.
Yeah, I would say if you have some flyers, I'd be happy to get those out to the businesses on Cesar Chavez Drive. And then any digital version too. I think that I'm also on the bid for Historic 41. That's probably a little too big to flyer. So if you have a digital version, I'm happy to make sure that gets out to businesses.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep.
We will share that.
I just want to say that this is an awesome opportunity for the Hispanic community. I love it. This is amazing. And I'm glad that this is happening. And I do have I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I apologize.
No, like I said, I do have 2 questions. The first one is, those individuals or those families that had the sites gigs that you were speaking about earlier, do you prepare them as far as like create their website and kind of find out which is the best way to present their product during the process?
So that's a really great question. We haven't formalized like the best practices yet. However, yes, that's something that we're discussing as we go. And we've helped businesses create their own email accounts. We are creating logos, for example. We're giving feedback, as we see what the needs are. And like I said, we haven't formalized the process in terms of, the best practices and sent them to other providers, but we're trying to get them online quickly. So that the fact that we can help is great. But that's a really great question, Juan, and it's something that we're definitely keeping track of, in terms of how do we do this.
Okay, awesome. And my second question, and I'm sure that everyone here watched the news. So there is a recent article on the news about this individual by the name of Victor Perez. Have you guys heard of him? Well, and the reason I'm bringing him up is because I was wondering if there's a venting process. And what I mean by that is, so for example, this individual, Victor Perez, he has several businesses, one of them being drywall. He targeted single women for drywall, and they paid him, but he never did the work. It was a big article on Channel 58 News. So the reason I brought him up is because, some individual might see this as an opportunity, and I want this to be 100% successful. I love it. I love the idea. I love my community, but individuals like him could jeopardize this whole thing. So I was wondering, is there a type of venting a process that when you meet these individuals or meet these companies?
That's a really great question, and thank you for the heads up on that. I'm definitely taking note of this and trying to figure out how do we, what are the checks and balances. They are required to provide specific information to be on the marketplace. For example, their EIN as well as their Wisconsin seller permit number. So we will have that. And then in terms of a services business, because there isn't an e-commerce transaction for that right now online for services, that's something that we'll need to see how we follow up with the businesses or potential customers that might be sharing information. But there is a feedback. There's a place where customers can give feedback on the merchant shop. And so I think that's the first place where we would see any sort of bad business happening. We'd see it in terms of the customer ratings.
And just another follow-up with you. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because obviously, you know, I'm involved with a lot of companies, businesses, but not only that, also with organizations, as far as that reentry board for those individuals that we're trying to reduce recidivism. My thing is during one of my meetings is that, yes, we do, you know, they have reviews on these companies and et cetera, but do you have anything in place where you talk to not just the company, but their clients? Say, hey, how was just on a separate basis? How was your experience with this company? You know, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes, you know, when we deal with Hispanic-owned businesses, they're really honest and they're open, you know, with their own community. So maybe that's another way that we can validate that these companies are doing what they're saying they're doing. By, you know, but it's just a thought. And the only reason I brought that over is because these are some of the ideas that we talked about during our meetings with the Reentry Counseling Board or the Housing Initiative. So these are things that can be implemented in something like this.
I think we'll definitely take that feedback down. And like I said, I think the first place we would see the feedback is going to be in the ratings. And then we are going to be collecting email addresses for those customers that want to keep in touch, because we want to be able to communicate with them directly and remind them about mercadoMKE, you know, have featured promotions or businesses, things like that. So there could be opportunities to collect feedback that way as well. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'm excited.
I'm so glad you're excited, Juan, because I'm going to be looking for your orders every week.
Yes, just let me know. I'll make sure I'll pass the word around over here at UMOS, and a lot of companies and clients that I work with, I can have them direct them directly to here. So I'm all board on this one, 100.
Thank you, Juan. And we have Cheryl Mitchell here, and we just want to give a special thanks to the SBDC. They actually provided the initial funding for mercadoMKE. And, you know, like I said, this came about during COVID-19, and it's been a really great collaborative initiative. And so we're excited to launch this to the public. And we're going to hope that the reach is big for the marketplace, and that our Latino-owned businesses will be well supported. So thank you all for being here. If anyone has any other questions.
Yeah, this is Ed. Just back to Juan's question. You may want to research legally how you kick somebody off the site if they're not producing, because there may be legal ramifications. And I don't know if it's in your process of signing them up that it
is in our process. Okay. We do have a legal we have a participant agreement that they have to sign. And so, yes, they are required to do certain things. Yes.
Okay, good. And number two, buck slips are big for us at Mitchell to drop in our tube. And okay. Then the digital, in a Zoom economy, when our customers ask us, I want to get online, this is awesome. So kind of like the deck we just got, but if you could make and then the video was awesome. So if you could tie that in, kind of a sales pitch, but so our bankers get asked, we say, oh, it's mercadoMKE, and let us send you literature on it. And most everybody wants to do things electronically, digitally. So if you could make that sales piece
yes.
onto that buck piece, I guarantee you, as soon as I've got it, I'll run it through my 12 commercial bankers sales process. So they have it in our marketing files. So if they're asked, they can forward it to that customer, that potential customer. So
we will get that to you, Ed.
Awesome work.
So much. Thank you. Well, thank you again for being here. And just want to share that a recording of today's meeting will be sent out in an email. And so definitely feel free to share that with your colleagues and team. And then save the date for next month's Bank Roadshow. That will be on Thursday, March 18th and that will feature SCORE. So everyone have a great day. Thanks again for your time this morning. And we look forward to sharing more about mercadoMKE soon.